Want to be the first to know about the most exciting new mass market tarot and oracle decks coming out this month? I'm Elowyn, and in this latest installment of my new releases series, we'll explore upcoming tarot and oracle decks, highlight intriguing new tarot books, and help you discover which ones might be a perfect match for your tastes. So, grab your glasses if you need them, get comfortable, and stay tuned to find some new favorites to add to your collection. Before we start window shopping, you'll find links in the description below for everything we'll cover today. Some of these are affiliate links. Using the affiliate links doesn't cost you anything extra, but it helps support the channel. Thank you so much for your support. Releasing on August 4th is the Egyptian Tarot. This deck will retail for $39.95 in the US and is published by Crosscrow Books. The guidebook will be 154 pages. The Egyptian Tarot Deck and Guidebook by Oliver St. John is a valuable addition to the Kabbalistic canon as the first figurative tarot that is fully color integrated according to the schema of the Golden Dawn. Utilizing English surrealist Ethel Calhoun's interpretation of the Golden Dawn correspondences, St. John has shared a unique take on the 78-card tarot. The guidebook provides readers with a comprehensive overview of the structure of tarot and the Kabbalistic correspondences that shape the deck. So let's take a look at this. And here we can see the color scheme that they were talking about in the description, as well as hieroglyphs and different gods and goddesses here. So here we can see their take on the Emperor on the far left, and then next the Chariot, and the Wheel of Fortune, then we have the Moon, and then the Star. And we can see the relevant astrological symbolism on the cards. So for that box, I'm assuming that that is a hard box, but I can't guarantee that. So that's a look at the Egyptian Tarot. Releasing August 5th is Runic Oracle, Ancient Norse Myth and Magic. This deck will retail for $26.95 in the US and is published by Rockpool Publishing. The guidebook will be 128 pages and there will be 44 cards in the deck. This unique oracle deck with a luxurious velvet finish combines spirituality and mythology, runic wisdom, Norse tradition, and Viking ancestral myth. Richard Lister is known worldwide for his expertise in runes, spiritual well-being, and deep healing practices. Runic Oracle combines runic wisdom and northern traditional ancestral myth. Drawing on Scandinavian and Northern European ancestral myth and lore, these cards will help you explore the weird, the interconnecting energies of fate or destiny. The author delves into the runes of the Elder Futhark, the Nordic pantheon, and the energies in the stories and tales of the Vikings, guiding you through this ancient wisdom. So here we have a hard box 2-piece with finger cutouts. Better look at the front cover of the box. And it looks like Selena Moon did the art. If you are familiar with any of her work, she has worked on other decks as well. Here we can see some more of the cards. And so we have the rune symbol and the rune word, and then 3 key words. Once again, the rune, the word for the rune, and 3 key words. And then we also have the Norse pantheon, so gods, as you can see here. And then here we have a look at the guidebook, so ways to read your oracle, and oracle readings to try. So it's going to break down the rune cards. This is what an example write-up of the rune cards is. So we have a small color picture of the card itself. We have the rune name, the keywords, and then this is neat. They put the zodiac sign associated, the totem, the color, the crystal, the element, the planet, the god, the gift, and the challenge. And then they have inspiration and affirmation, and then when that rune shows up in your reading or life. So then we get into DT cards. Here's an example write-up of the DT cards. It has a similar layout with the name of the DT, the keywords, and for the DTs, it contains the totems, color, crystal, element, planet, gift, and challenge, as well as like the other cards, the inspiration, the affirmation, and then we have when that DT shows up in a reading or your life. Same thing here and here. So it looks like we have a video. Let's check that out. Good look at the box there, the guidebook. And we have gold gilding on it and some of the cards. Okay, let's see if we have anything else here. So some more images, and then we have example write-ups here. So that's a look at Runic Oracle cards. Releasing August 5th is Tarot Emblemata, Decoding Magic Symbolism. This deck will retail for $29.95 in the US and is published by Wiser Books. The guidebook will be 192 pages, so a nice size guidebook. Tarot Emblemata is a magical and mystical tarot deck based on the 1551 Book of Emblems by Claude Paradin. Renaissance emblems are intimate illustrations with accompanying mottos that allegorically and symbolically express sentiments, concepts, societal concerns, and parables. These Renaissance emblems are a didactic genre of interpretive art, and within them, author and creator Nitasia Roland has discovered that their enigmatic imagery and mottos correspond dynamically and align perfectly with the 70 cards of the major and minor arcana. Now, of note, it says that there are 83 full color cards in this deck. I also want to point out that this was an indie deck that got picked up mass market by Wiser, so a great choice and a great opportunity to pick up this deck. Of course, there will most likely be some slight changes between the two versions. So here we can see what looks like a mock-up of the box. I'm assuming this is going to be a hard box. And we have a nice cover on that box there. I wonder if that gold will be shiny or not. Kind of curious. So here you can see an example of some of the cards. And it looks like that would be the guidebook. And there are the backs of the cards. And here we have the moon. And up at the top it says, "From the moon, knowledge." Knight of Wands, strong and free. Two of Cups, fidelity enricheth. And I love this style of artwork. This Renaissance style is very nice. Three of Swords, the heart has its remedy, but love has none. Queen of Pentacles, wisdom is of greater force than destiny. Wow. Let's see if we have anything down here. So here we can see some more cards. Ooh, I love that. The Fool, fortune favors the bold. The Emperor, having a watchful eye for the execution of injustice. The Devil, cowardice and fear. The Sun, this age knoweth the Creator aright. And here we can see an example of the write-ups. So we have a nice length on these write-ups. We have 2 pages on this magician, and we have a small color picture of the card. So that is very helpful. And some more cards here. Very beautiful, nice style artwork. Now I believe there is a video, so let's check this out. So there we have the box. I don't think that's shiny. It looks like that was matte. Hard box. I'm not sure if I saw no finger cutouts, but I think the box was a little offset to help. Nice size book, full color. That is a big book. Very nice. And there we have the box. We have some gold gilding on the side, the backs of the cards. Look at the cards. These are beautiful. Very nice. The Magician. This would definitely be fun to pair with other decks. Because of its simplicity and style, I think it could make some great pairings. Nice. I just want to see that box side for really quick to check out if it's offset. Yes, okay. Just want to confirm, needs to be easy to open. All right. So that's a look at Tarot Emblemata. And I forgot to mention here that it does note that there is a ribbon to lift out the cards. Releasing on August 5th is Visionary Woman Tarot. This deck will retail for $29.95 in the US and is published by Wiser Books. The guidebook will be 160 pages. A modern tarot deck that captures the essence of the Rider-Waite-Smith original with full color painted cards by noted artist Kristine Gorman. And the guidebook features a foreword by Benebell. Gorman's artwork has been displayed in galleries throughout the US and can be found in private collections worldwide. She is well known for her painting of her mentor, tarot icon Rachel Pollack, portrayed in this deck as the World card. So let's check this out. So here we can see the box cover and a few of those cards. I already see Rachel Pollack peeking out over the top of the box. And here we have the Fool. That is a beautiful painting. The Magician. The Empress. And here we are, Rachel Pollack as the World. I love that card. That is great. And here we have the Lovers and the Eight of Swords. So we have black borders with white writing. Now it looks like we have a video, so let's see that. So here is that box. Looks like a larger size box. Hard box, finger cutouts, 2-piece. Nice design on the inside. Guidebook looks like a nice size as well with colored pictures in it. Beautiful. Bright backs of the cards. The Emperor. Bright and bold Ace of Cups. The Lovers. 5 of Wands. 6 of Wands. The Chariot. And some more of the cards there. Strength. And it looks like there was some gilding, maybe some kind of light gold, I believe. Let me go back. So I found the spot where we see a flash of edging. I can't tell, maybe that's a light yellow or a light gold. It doesn't look like it's a shiny gilding. It looks like it's an edging, which I like because that is softer on your fingers when you shuffle it. So there you go. Let's see if we have anything else here. So quote from Benebell. And we can see some more of the artwork here. We have the Chariot, the Death card, Temperance, and the Devil. And a look at that guidebook with the full color pictures. And some more cards. 4 of Wands, Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups, and 9 of Pentacles. So that is a look at the Visionary Woman Tarot. Releasing August 8th is the Hedgewitch Tarot. This deck will retail for $28.99 in the US and is published by Llewellyn. The guidebook will be a nice long 264 pages. Hedgewitchery and Tarot, 2 separate bridges between the physical and spiritual realms, combine in this alluring deck for witches and nature lovers, allowing you to access deep wisdom from both places. The companion book guides you on a journey through divination and reveals each card's 3-part meaning. The border, the card's story and location, the writing, actions needed to make the card reality, and the veil, a practical exercise like a spell, charm, prayer, or meditation to help you see your path. Layered with significant nature-based imagery, the major arcana signals that the other world is near, while the suits of the minor arcana correspond to the 4 seasons. Wands embody spring energies, cups represent summer, swords represent autumn, and pentacles portray winter. It says that this includes 78 cards with a matte linen finish, the guidebook of course, and a reading altar. Very interesting. I wonder what the reading altar is, and exciting to see that linen finish on the cards as well. So I'm going to hop over to Llewellyn to get more pictures that I can see here. So here we can see a better look at this image. You can see the front of the box. Very beautiful, beautiful artwork and beautiful colors. The backs of the cards, very nice. Love that blue. And here we have Temperance, very detailed artwork. Judgment. 8 of Cups, beautiful use of colors in that as well. So detailed. The Chariot. This is a really beautiful deck. So I wonder what this reading altar is. I'm not sure, but I am curious. So this is, yes, a boxed kit. Very interesting. Look again. Huh. Yeah, this deck looks quite beautiful. And I'm curious to check it out. I want to see this deck. So here we can also see the Fool. And for the Magician, they call it the Wizard. Ooh, that's cool. We already saw the Chariot. And then we have Justice as well. Ooh, this is exciting. Okay, well, that's a look at the Hedgewitch Tarot. Releasing on August 8th is the Wild Witch Oracle, Shapeshifters, Rebels, and Queens. This deck will retail for $28.95 in the US and is published by Llewellyn. The guidebook will be 160 pages and there will be 44 cards in this deck. The brave spirits of this deck, the Queens, Shapeshifters, and Rebels, are here to call you back to your native wildness, to remind you that you are wise, independent, empowered, and free. This deck delivers messages that enlivens your courage to create a life that's truly authentic. From astrological goddesses to nature sprites, fairy queens to historical monarchs, the supernatural and the human collide, awakening your innate divine powers. And the author of this deck is Tess Whitehurst. Tess also worked on many other books as well as decks, for example, the Oracle of Portals, the Halloween Forever Oracle, the Queen Mab Oracle, which was actually my very first video on YouTube, was covering that Oracle deck, Cosmic Dancer, and many others. So let's check this out. Here we can see the box front and some of the cards. Another look at that box, the guidebook, and the cards. So we have 27, Oak Queen, Take a Break. That's beautiful. And we do have borders with these cards. 5, Virgo Priestess, Establish Order. And then we have, this is sweet with the otter and the crow and the swan. Very beautiful. And there are the backs of the cards, and another look at the box, and some more of the cards we can see here, and a look at the guidebook. So we have a small color picture of the card name, and a statement. In this one, it's "Don't wait for permission." And then we have the message. And nothing else too much down here. So that's a look at the Wild Witch Oracle. Releasing on August 8th is Tarot de Marseille, Gassmann, Anima, Antiqua. This deck will retail for $35.95 in the US and is published by Lo Scarabeo, distributed by Llewellyn in the US. The guidebook will be 32 pages. Discover the Marseille style of tarot with this new limited edition reproduction of Francois Gassmann's iconic deck. Originally produced in 1840 by Francois Gassmann of Geneva, Switzerland, this classic deck is part of the Tarot de Marseille family of cartomancy. Recreated through meticulous research, this deck is printed on high-quality cardstock, includes a booklet by Giordani Berti, and is packaged in a premium box. And this is part of Lo Scarabio's Anima Antiqua series. So let's take a peek. So here we can see the box and some of the cards. Antique, as you can see. I think that's going to be everything. Yes. So that's a look at Tarot de Marseille Gassmann. Releasing on August 11th is the Dragon Rune Oracle. This deck will retail for $24.95 in the US and is published by Crosscrow Books. The guidebook is 108 pages. The Dragon Rune Oracle is dedicated to connecting to and working with the energy of the ancient and powerful dragon collective overseen by the Queen of Dragons, Tiamat. Insight and information can be drawn through the swirling mists of the dragon's breath to help the reader as they navigate their path through this lifetime and the challenge that it holds. This deck contains 28 cards and tells the story of the cyclical world of dragons from their inception to their battles to find magic in themselves. So keep in mind there's only 28 cards in this deck. Normally I like to see more. Let's take a look at these. So there is a look at the box and some of the cards. And here we have card 6 and we have keywords on it. Card 7 with more keywords. In this case, the keywords are guidance, manifestation, dream dancing, and first dragons called. And we can see this rune symbol here, this dragon rune symbol. And more. We have the dragon flying in the background. Looks like the background, the background is the same for each. It is the rune and the keywords and the name that changes. Let's see if we have anything else. Looks like that's it, although you can read more about the author here if you are interested. So that's a look at the Dragon Rune Oracle. Releasing on August 12th is the Gothic Steampunk Tarot. This deck will retail for $22.99 in the US and is published by CICO Books. The guidebook will be 64 pages. This deck blends the timeless beauty of steampunk's retro-futuristic technology and aesthetic with tarot's insightful ability to make sense of the past and glimpse the future. The major arcana features a mix of keys, cogs, hot air balloons, and other steampunk motifs, while the suits of the minor arcana are translated into dragonflies, moths, bees, and beetles. The accompanying book provides clear explanations of each card's meaning and offers simple, easy-to-follow layouts. So here we can see the box and guidebook and some of the cards. And a look at the guidebook here, laying the cards and past, present, and future, so spreads. And here's an example of write-ups. So we do have a small color picture of the card and smaller write-ups. Looks like 1 page each, about average. And this does include the name of the card, the zodiac signs associated with the card, the keywords, and it also gives you the upright meaning, but additionally the reversed meaning. Here we have a breakout of the minor arcana, and then it talks about the suits as well. Table of contents, and here we have King, bees. And here we have what would be the Empress, but this is Empress Victoria. And here we have the Sun, it looks like a collage style of work, and we have literal frames on these cards. 3 moths. So let's see if we have anything else down here. So here we can see the World card and the High Priestess and the Sun. So a lot more symbolism here over seeing people Although I do think there were maybe, well, kinda people in here. So just keep that in mind. You may prefer that, you may not. Now, the author of this deck is Liz Dean. Liz Dean also wrote The Ultimate Guide to Tarot, which is a great beginner book. In fact, it's one of the books I mention in my top 10 tarot books for beginners guide. So that's a look at the Gothic Steampunk Tarot. Releasing on August 12th is Magickal Cat's Tarot. This deck will retail for $16.99 in the US and is published by Microcosm Pub. It does not list how long the guidebook is, so I'm not sure if there is one or how long it would be. And here is a look. We just have one image here, but a cute image at that. Now, because of that, I wanted to take a look at this artist's work. So one, they are a Belgian illustrator and comic artist. And let's take a look at their other work here to try and guess what the style of this artwork is going to be like. So here's a different deck they did, Whimsical Witch Tarot in a Tin. Now let's check this out here for an idea of their artwork style. So a really fun and creative style, very different from your norm. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. This is kind of a neat deck, actually. So that is a different deck that they did, just to kind of give us an idea of maybe what the artwork will be like in this one. So that's a look at the Magickal Cat's Tarot. Oh, and also of note, here they spell magical M-I-G-I-C-K-A-L in the title, but on here it's M-A-G-I-C-A-L. So keep that in mind if you're looking for it. Of course, I do put links in the descriptions to decks, so if you go off of that, it will take you to this deck. So that's a look at Magickal Cat's Tarot. Releasing on August 12th is Gilmore... I can't say this name. Gilmore Girls Oracle. Gilmore Girls Oracle. A Stars Hollow inspired deck and guidebook. This deck will retail for $22 in the US and is published by RP Studio. The guidebook will be 88 pages. The beloved show Gilmore Girls is as warm and nostalgic as ever in this charming oracle deck and guidebook set featuring the vibrant characters and cozy settings of Star Hollow. Each of the 40 cards in this oracle deck is brilliantly illustrated with original artwork. Enjoy the cast and world of Gilmore Girls, from Rory's oldest friends, Lane Kim and Paris Geller, to Hartford residing Emily and Richard Gilmore, to classic haunts like Luke's Diner, Chilton Preparatory School, and the Dragonfly Inn. And it mentions here that this will come in a keepsake magnetic closure box. So that's nice. And let's take a look. So there we have the box, that magnetic flip open box. Looks like kind of a flap that you put the cards in. And an example of the write-up. So Jess Mariano, The Thinker. Chilton Preparatory School, The New Beginning. So I'm guessing that's the Fool. The Overachiever. Okay, so full color picture on one side and then a one-page short write-up on the right for all of these cards. Very cute. Nice style on that guidebook. Let's see if we have anything else. So here it looks like we can see, I'm guessing that's the guidebook. And what else? Okay, that is everything. It does mention that this is officially licensed. So that's a look at the Gilmore Girls Oracle. Releasing August 12th is Your First Tarot. This deck will retail for $22.95 in the US. So $22.95 for 78 cards, that's a pretty good price. And this will be published by Rockpool Publishing. The guidebook will be 128 pages. Cute colors and a modern take on the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot make this fabulous deck stand out. Unlike standard tarot decks, this one includes the meanings on the cards, creating an easy-to-use introduction to tarot reading. No booklet needed to start with, but one is included to develop your practice. Now, the writer of this deck, she also created Galactic Guides Oracle, and has some books out as well, and created the Goddesses Among Us Oracle, and other books and items as well. So now I don't have this showing the very first image because it does show the star card, and with YouTube, the image on there can be a problem, so we're just gonna start here. So here we have Your First Tarot. This looks like this is the guidebook cover. And here we have the box cover. Looks kind of like a book style box cover. I'm not sure if I'm seeing that right, but you see how those edges extend out? So I'm very curious about that. I'm not sure if this is actually gold on there, so if it would be shiny or not. Now, once again, I'm also skipping that last image because it has the world card, and I don't know how YouTube will deal with that. So here we have the Fool, and we have the keywords beginnings, leaps of faith, innocence, and trust at the bottom. And as you can see here, if you're familiar with the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith based tarot deck, these colors have been changed, but yet the base imagery is basically the same. And here we have the Magician with keywords at the bottom: power, magic, ritual, manifestation. The Empress, creativity, nurture, divine mother. So you can see here how this would be good for beginners with those keywords and the traditional imagery that we have on there. That could be quite helpful. But if some people don't like the colors that they see in the standard Rider-Waite-Smith deck, well, this offers you a different color palette. So here we can see samples of the guidebook. We have the introduction, and it looks like they are going to give you some card spreads. And then here are some examples of the write-up. So we have the card name, and then we have keywords, and then we have empowering meanings. So I'm assuming that's upright. And then we have reversed meanings, and then we have affirmations provided, at least for the major arcana. So that's really nice. And here we have a court card. So it gives you the keywords, says as a person, so it gives you some qualities of that card if this court card is showing up as a person in your reading. And then we have the empowered meanings as well. Now let's see if we have anything down here. Oh, we're gonna scan quickly. I hate having to pay attention to especially with tarot cards, the images that I can show. So here we can see some example write-ups. And yeah, so this will also have a companion, as you can see down here, a tarot card companion that's coming out this month as well, and I will cover that in the books section of this video. Now it looks like we have a video. Let's take a look. So we do have gold on that box. Beautiful. Beautiful, love it. Oh, and it's a magnetic flip open. Oh, look at those backs, and it has gilding. Okay, very cool. And the colors look different here than they do on the screen for Amazon. I actually like the colors here more. So, ooh, look at that guide. Or, oh, okay, that's the companion you buy separately. That is a big guide. Very nice, very, very nice, beautiful. Now I also see some color variation between this image and the image in the video, so I'm not sure what's more accurate. I know you can change color settings in cameras and in editing, so I don't know exactly what they will be like, but I look forward to seeing some flip throughs. So very exciting. Looks like it could be a promising first tarot deck, especially if you do not like those traditional colors that are used in the Rider-Waite-Smith original decks. So that's a look at your first tarot. And now for a 45-second word from our sponsor. That's me. I'd love to help you gain insights, find clarity, and empower yourself to make choices aligned with your highest goals and aspirations. As a certified tarot reader, I offer personalized readings designed to provide powerful guidance, whether you're seeking answers to specific questions or a deeper understanding of your spiritual and life path. To book your tarot reading or purchase your birth chart, please visit my website at elowynlefay.com. If you prefer to connect via email, you can find my contact information in the description below. I'm excited to support you on your journey towards greater clarity and empowerment. And now for something a little bit different. Releasing on August 19th is Charm Casting. Decode magical symbols to reveal your destiny. And this includes a casting board, 24 card charms, a guidebook, and bag. This set will retail for $17.99 in the US and is published by TIMECODE. There's a guidebook that's 32 pages. Be guided by the magic of charms. Gain insight and guidance about the future through the simple, intuitive message of casting charms. So let's check this out. So here is the box that contains all of the items. So that's going to be the casting board, the 24 card charms, the guidebook, and the bag. Cool box. And there's the casting board. So we have different facets of life and different sections of the board. These are cute charms. So here we have the charms. And a look at the guidebook, introduction to charm casting, how to get started, and information about the charms. Now I know this isn't a tarot deck, but I am showing this because I know many people use charm casting alongside their tarot reading. So I wanted to show this because I feel like it's relevant and could be something fun and new to add to your practice. So yeah, very cool. I haven't seen a lot of this. I don't recall seeing a kit for charm casting before. So that's a look at charm casting. Releasing on August 19th is a Shamanic Oracle. Connect to the medicine of the earth. This deck will retail for $26.95 in the US and is published by Rockpool Publishing. The guidebook will be 144 pages. Featuring stunning illustrations by renowned artist Louis Tamani, who is deeply connected to his indigenous Peruvian culture and spirituality, this deck, with a luxurious velvet fill finish, will take you on a journey to nourish your roots and enlighten your spirit with the endless beauty of nature. So here we have the hard box 2-piece with finger cutouts. And we can see a card, Self-Assertion. I am entitled to truly exist. Here's a look at the guidebook cover. Another look at the box. And some more cards here. So it looks like we have elemental symbols up there at the left, and then the number of the card on the right, then the card title and statement below. Growth. I expand myself with respect for all that is. Protection. The force of the earth wells up in me. Wow, and you can really see that in that card. That's amazing. Choice. I take a step toward lightness. Alchemist. I shed light on what remained in the shadows. And this artwork is beautiful. You can see the textures of the canvas there too, so you know this was painted. This is hand done. Look at that. Self-assertion. I am entitled to truly exist. What beautiful fire emanating out of that person, that spirit. That is beautiful. Transcendence. I go beyond the limits of the ordinary. And you can really feel that in that card. You can see it, you can feel it. Wow. Invisible support. I allow myself to receive the help I need. This is beautiful artwork. And so samples of the guidebook, we have the introduction, how to use the cards, roots, protectors, earth. So we're going to have elements, it looks like. Commitment. Here's an example of a write-up. So we have a small color picture, card name, the statement, meaning, and then it says when this card appears, and the integrating message. Then it gets into the Wind Arcana, air, and another example of a card write-up for Transcendence. Let's see if we have anything else. I would love to see more images here. Manifesting. I don't think we saw manifesting before, or offering. Very beautiful. So for manifesting, it says, I am creation. Our duty to Earth isn't to hoard beauty entrusted to us, but to share it with the world, allowing it to radiate. This exchange of giving and receiving allows life to flourish, transform, and evolve. Within us, life stirs to awaken the inspiration of the creation. Trust this life process. Surrender control and embrace the transformative wave seeking to imprint the shore. Are you prepared to reciprocate all you've been given? Embrace creativity to manifest life's inspiration within you. And that is a beautiful write-up. So that is a look at the beautiful shamanic oracle cards. Releasing on August 26th is Clueless Tarot Deck. This deck will retail for $27.99 in the US and is published by Inside Editions. It says that the guidebook is 128 pages with explanations of each card's meanings and sample spreads for easy readings. So it mentions sturdy decorative box, so should be a hard box, and it also says each card features full color illustrations of characters and scenes from Clueless. So to me that means I believe that these should be fully illustrated, no pips for minors, as older decks we did see from Inside Editions do. So here we have the box front cover art, and we have the Fool. And the Empress, so you have these pink borders here, the Emperor, the Lovers, the Star, and the Moon. Let's see if we have any more down here. So on the right, we have the Wheel of Fortune, upper right. We didn't have that card before. And we couldn't see the Chariot before, so there is the Chariot there. Yeah, so if you are into Clueless, this might be fun to play with. So that's a look at Clueless Tarot Deck. Releasing on August 28th is the John Dee Oracle, Wisdom from Queen Elizabeth's Magician. This deck will retail for $34.99 in the US and is published by Red Feather. The guidebook will be 112 pages. Now of note, there will be 29 cards of this deck, and also of note, this is actually a updated, reissued edition of this Oracle deck, so not a completely brand new release. The John Dee Oracle draws from the visionary work of Dr. John Dee, the renowned philosopher, astrologer, and magus who stood at the crossroads of science and magic during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. This oracle, created by John Matthews and brought to life through the exquisite work of Will Kingham, offers seekers a chance to walk in the footsteps of one of history's most enigmatic figures, delving into the wisdom Dee pursued throughout his lifetime. 29 cards are divided into 4 sacred towers: health, love, work, and intention, each governed by an archangel who oversees that domain. And those archangels are Uriel, Raphael, Michael, and Gabriel. This set includes a 16 by 23 folded diagram featuring the 4 watchtowers for oracle spreads. Now, the fully updated reissued edition includes 6 of Dee's original Enochian calls translated by John Matthews, a new card back design, and an added Gloriana card, which honors Dee's great patroness, Queen Elizabeth I. So here we can see the new card backs. You can see that these cards have gilding on them and a hard box. And of course you can see some of the cards there. A look at the guidebook. We have the contents and the preface. Cool. We have the astronomer's perception. Red astrologers. So William Lilly is on there. And then we have others as well. The changing card, Gloriana. The card back, the Enochian alphabet and its powers. And here we have a card, Green Magus, John Dee. Red Alchemist, John Dee. Gold Astrologer, Simon Foreman. Silver Geographer, Francis Drake. And you can see this very detailed artwork. Really cool. I do not own the original, but I've definitely been interested and curious about this. So, yeah, neat. And then you can see various reviews. I'm sure this is based, I'm guessing, on the original version. Tells you a little bit about the author, who you may already be familiar with, John Matthews, as well as the artist. So that's pretty exciting stuff there. That's a look at the John Dee Oracle. Releasing on August 28th is Lae'zel's Eternal Tarot. Trust your voice and then learn to trust the journey. This deck will retail for $34.99 in the US and is published by Red Feather. The guidebook will be 224 pages. This deck features skillfully rendered major arcana based on the Rider-Waite-Smith and traditional pip-style minors. Each pip-style minor is labeled with a mantra, a short phrase reminding readers of the card's primary interpretation. New visual symbols and meaning have been imbued over the classic tarot structures, reflecting Lae'zel's unique insight from over 20 years as a professional tarot reader and influencer. In the easy-to-read guidebook, delve into the interpretation, key symbols, and numerological meaning of each card. So let's check this out. That is an interesting style of box. What is happening here? Okay, we have gold gilding on the edges of those cards. Here's a look at the guidebook, contents forward. An example of the write-up. So for Major Arcana, we have a small black and white picture up at the top, but I believe the cards themselves are black and white. So a one-page write-up, it looks like. It goes over the card imagery and then some of the symbolism in the card. And so for the Suit of Wands, for the Ace of Cards, for example, it talks about the meaning in a tarot reading, then action and ideas, and new beginnings and creative energy. And then we have tarot spreads. And here we have a look at the cards. So here's the Magician with a sketched frame around that, and the title set within that frame. The Hierophant. The Lovers, very detailed sketches. And here we go. This is what they were talking about in the description, where it talks about putting in the meaning of the card on the pips. And here we have the Ace of Cups, and up at the top it says, a new start for the heart. And for Ten of Swords, all over Red Rover. Oof. Very simple but effective. So you could see that pip style there. And let's see if we have anything else. Okay, we do. So here we can see the Tower, the High Priestess, and the Chariot. And that is everything. Very intriguing, looks beautiful. That's a look at Lae'zel's Eternal Tarot. Releasing on August 31st is Lady Sterling's Wicked Garden Oracle. This deck will retail for $36.95 in the US and is published by US Game Systems. The guidebook will be 160 pages. Strange occurrences plagued the Sterling family estate until Muriel Sterling discovered a mystical wicked garden where she meets the garden inhabitants and its caretaker, Faunus. Read the poignant story of Muriel's Wicked Garden in the 80-page full-color illuminated hardcover novelet. Meet the magical creatures living in the garden, featured in the 32 gold and blue foil accented oracle deck with indigo edges. The 80-page full-color journal guidebook invites you to meaningful conversations with each garden spirit, from the deadly nightshade belladonna to the fragrant angel's trumpet, offering gentle yet powerful reflections on nature, emotion, and the hidden patterns within our lives. Deluxe collector-worthy set includes your own copy of The Key to the Garden. And I actually backed this deck back when it was a Kickstarter, and they canceled the campaign because it got picked up mass market. So here we are. It has been a decent amount of time, and now we are getting the mass market version. Now, you may be familiar with the artist and some of their previous work. They also worked on Ethereal Visions Tarot, Mother Mort's Carnival, Dreamscape Oracle, and more. So let's check this out. Here is the cover of the box. And here we can see all of it together. We have the cards with that indigo edging. We can see the replica key, some of the cards, the garden journal, and the hardback book. And here we have Belladonna, a beautiful artwork. Lady Sterling. Here is Muriel Sterling. And another garden spirit. Daffodil Narcissus. Death Cap. Very cool. Hellebore. Yeah, I'm curious to see what the write-ups will be like and what the book says. Let's see if there's anything else. Quite beautiful, looks pretty darn luxurious. So that's a look at Lady Sterling's Wicked Garden Oracle. Releasing August 31st is Light Web Oracle Deck, Soul Technology. This deck will retail for $26.95 in the US and is published by Muse Oracle Press. The guidebook will be 140 pages. Now for this deck, I will include the usual links that I include, but I will also include a coupon that I have with Muse Oracle Press so that if you buy it over there, you will get a discount. So that link will also be in the description with the usual link. Now it notes that there will be 44 cards in this deck. Deep in the quantum field glimmers the light web, an iridescent cosmic matrix that knew you before you knew yourself. Here, all creation converges, and the boundaries between nothing and everything dissolve, making the impossible possible. This deck beckons the seeker into this galactic expanse, adorned with cosmic imagery of the quantum realm, guiding you deep into the remembrance of your soul as a multidimensional being. The Light Web is a soul-based technology that transcends space and time, containing the matrix of all life. It serves as the intricate medium through which our galactic brothers and sisters travel between planets and communicate across vast distances. This extraordinary web holds the creation codes from the one source, the origin of both our physical and non-physical realities. Each card in the Lightweb Oracle deck is more than just an image. It is a cosmic seed, a transmission of light from the Codex of Light. These cards are designed to unfold a remembrance of your multidimensional self, reconnecting you with the deepest aspects of your being and the universe. Each card holds a piece of the cosmic puzzle. So let's take a look. Here we have the cover of the box and card 5, Akashic Records, Soul's Journey, Past Lives, Sacred Knowledge. Lightweb, All Connected, Creator Power, Activation of Gifts. Priestess, Leader, Builder, Bridge, Walker of Worlds, In Between. And then we have Spirit Animal and Galactic Families and Flip the Switch. So this definitely has a starseed theme to it, a galactic theme to it. So that's up to you if that's something that you enjoy or not. And then we have a little bit about the illustrator and the author. Very nice. So that's a look at Lightweb Oracle deck. Releasing on August 31st is Stellar Vault Tarot. This deck will retail for $26.95 in the US and is published by US Game Systems. The guidebook will be 104 pages and is illustrated. Stellar Vault invites you to explore a pastel tarot dreamscape constructed with architectural precision and Art Deco elegance. Inspired by a playful anime aesthetic, the artist envisioned each card as a scene from a sci-fi space opera. That sounds interesting. I'm definitely curious now about this deck. Sensuous hybrid forms wear their contradictions like armor, offering a mirror to own your own journey of transformation. And it notes that these cards have silver edging. So let's check this out. And here we can see the box front cover with a very cool style of artwork. Here we have the Fool. Wow. Strength. So we have some pastels in here, as they mentioned. Temperance. Queen of Cups. Wow, very cool. 6 of Swords. I like this artwork style. It's very unusual. 7 of Wands. Queen of Wands. Very graphic and quite, ooh, I like those backs. That's pretty cool. Prismatic there. And then here's a look at the guidebook. Yeah, this is cool artwork and beautiful colors. Okay, let's see. Nothing else. So I am definitely intrigued with this one. That is a look at Stellar Vault Tarot. Releasing on August 31st is Triomphe de la Luna Tarot Illustrated Pips Edition. This deck will retail for $21.95 in the US and is published by US Game Systems. It will come with a 68-page booklet of card meanings and packaged in a premium tuck box. This deck was created as the distant cousin to Deviant Moon Tarot with playful pictorial scenes and eccentric moon-faced characters. The artwork was painted freehand with ink, watercolor, and gouache with light digital enhancements and added textures. The term Triomphe refers to the triumphs or trump cards in tarot, and it notes that this deck was inspired by Marseille and follows the traditional Rider-Waite format. So let's check this out. Here we have the tuck box cover and the Fool card. Look at that bum. The Tower, Knight of Swords. Ooh, stomping them. 6 of Swords. Check out that bow. King of Cups. What a cool style. 7 of Cups. Queen of Coins. 8 of Coins. And there are the card backs with moons on the back. Very appropriate. Let's see if there's anything else. Nope, talks about the author. So that's pretty exciting. I'm sure many of you that enjoy the Deviant Moon Tarot may want to pick this one up. So that's a look at Triomphe de la Luna Tarot Illustrated Pips Edition. And now for books. Releasing on August 8th is Journey with the Runes, charting your course with the Elder Futhark. This book will retail for $16.99 in the US and is published by Llewellyn. The book will be 240 pages. Featuring detailed information on bind runes not seen in other books, Journey with the Runes connects you with the Elder Futhark through powerful exercises and spirit communication. Journey into the Nordic pantheon and uncover runic secrets with this hands-on guide. Kylie Holmes provides extensive pathworking exercises to help you connect with each rune's energy, build a relationship with your runic spirit guide, create your own runes, and much more. The book delves into runes' origins and meanings, showing you how to cast them for various goals. You'll also connect with Norse deities and the 9 worlds, learn how to create bind runes, and attune to each rune's magical properties. And here is a look at the cover of that book. So that's a look at Journey with the Runes. Releasing August 12th is Beetlejuice Tarot Hardcover Journal. This journal will retail for $16.99 in the US and is published by Inside Editions. The journal will be 192 pages. Chant Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice to let the ghost with the most guide you through your tarot readings with this must-have tarot journal. Record your mystical tarot practices with this one-of-a-kind tarot journal featuring artwork inspired by Tim Burton's iconic film Beetlejuice. Each page is designed for one tarot reading and provides space to record your query, the cards selected, and interpretations, as well as space to draw your spread. The journal will be 5.25 by 825 inches. Now, of course, I want to see more, so let's go over to Inside Editions to see if there's any more photos than just this one. Here is the cover, though. As you can see, we have a nice green ribbon and Beetlejuice theming on the front. So here we go. Let's take a look here. Oh, I can't get the image really big. Well, okay. So here's an inside. This belongs to. And here's an example of the tarot reading portion. So we have a moon phase up at the top. And who is the tarot spread for? The query, where you can write down your question. The cards selected. And then your interpretations of the cards. And then your thoughts and feelings. And you can draw your spreads as well. And then we have a lined paper side for just writing. So that's a look at Beetlejuice Tarot Journal. Releasing on August 12th is Tarot Card Companion, Master the Art of Tarot Reading. This book will retail for $16.95 in the US, and it looks like it's a hardcover. The publisher is Rockpool Publishing, and the book will be 304 pages. So if you recognize the artwork on the front of this book, that is because it is the same author as the author of the deck I showed you earlier, Your First Tarot. The Comprehensive Guide to Tarot is your key to mastering its mysteries, taking you from beginner to expert. With photos and step-by-step instructions, it showcases essential techniques for tarot reading. You'll also discover advanced strategies for connecting with your deck, along with powerful tarot spells and manifestation methods. Victoria, known as New Age Hipster, has a large following and is the author of several oracle decks, making her a well-known figure in the realm of modern mysticism. Discover interactive activities and practices, and learn how to read the cards intuitively. Empowering meanings for each card, spread layouts, and journal prompts are included to support you. This book will take you beyond surface-level readings, encouraging you to develop your intuition, gain clearer guidance, and foster a deeper trust in your abilities, not just as a tarot reader, but within yourself. So let's take a peek at this book. We have a good amount of pictures provided here, which is great. So it looks like a nice thick book. We can see that hardcover. Introduction. A little more of that introduction there. How to use this book. So nice color photos here. The brief history of the tarot. And we have a timeline. Very cool. Preparing your space for a reading, preparing your energy for a reading. And there you can see Victoria Maxwell, or the New Age hipster. Shuffling, choosing tarot cards, pulling a card, creating your own keyword meanings, advancing your readings. And we have spreads provided here. And here we have expanded card meanings. So we have the Emperor, and it gives you keywords, correspondences, imagery, empowering meanings, reversed meanings, inquiry questions, affirmations, and a ritual. And then it has a quick guide to troubleshooting your reading. Very nice. And some more images here. So that's a look at Tarot Card Companion. Releasing on August 19th is A History of Astrology, Divination, and Prophecy. So this is a hardcover book that will retail for $35 in the US and is published by DK. The book is 320 pages. Learn about the numerous techniques that have been devised over the centuries to predict the future. Discover the story of influential and learned seers, and explore how our fear and fascination with astrology, divination, prediction, and prophecy have been depicted in art and literature. So it looks like a beautiful cover. I'm assuming that's going to have a gold shine to it. And here we have the Pythia of Delphi. Definitely a classic. So you can see these beautiful images here. Nice full color, lots of information. Here we have the planets, seeds of fate. So this looks pretty cool. As above, so below. Gazing into the future. So while not strictly a tarot book, it definitely covers all the realms of divination. So I wanted to include this for those that might be interested in a bit of the history. Let's see if we have anything else. Some more images. So looks pretty cool. So that's a look at a history of astrology, divination, and prophecy. Before we wrap up our virtual shopping spree, I'd love to hear what's on your tarot wish list this month. If there's something exciting I didn't cover, or if you know of any upcoming releases, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. I'm excited to hear about what you're looking forward to. And that wraps up our look at new tarot releases for this month. I hope you enjoyed this virtual shopping spree as much as I did. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And for more, check out the video linked on your screen right now. Thank you for watching, and until next time, happy deck shopping.